也许会想说，这安宁照护不就是什么治疗都不做，吃很多吗啡，放弃和疾病抗争，等死吗？这有什么好宣传的？这是洋人想出来那种不孝的把戏，这样怎么可能对得起含辛茹苦养育我们的父母亲跟我们所爱的亲人呢？如果 you probably would think, hospice is giving up everything and take a lot of morphine and give up all the treatments and just waiting to die at home. How would that? Why would you want to promote that? And why was that important? This is not something that we would want for our loved one or our parents. 其实有很多的有公信力的研究报告显示，有很多疾病到了重病末期的时候，提早转进安宁跟缓和疗法，事实上病人活得更久，更有生活品质。As a matter of fact, there's a lot of research show that public research that shows a lot of disease when you go into the end stage, the patient actually live longer with mortality if the patient being referred to hospice and palliative care. 这些疾病包括我有一个很长的list，Alzheimer's，阿尔兹海默症、脑癌、乳癌、预血性心衰竭、阻塞性肺气肿、肝癌、卵巢癌、胰脏癌、肾脏癌、胃癌、喉癌，gallbladder 是胆囊癌，或者是肺癌。那2010的8月份，在 New England Journal of Medicine 另外一个报道显示，非小线性的肺癌，实际上在第4期已经转移的时候，及早转到安宁跟缓和疗法，病人活得更久，更有生活品质。我所谓的更有生活品质，是病人减少了焦虑、沮丧，还有他们有更多的energy 能够跟家人好好的做沟通。The diagnosis actually the patient will live longer if it is referred to hospice and palliative care. Sooner are Alzheimer's, brain cancer, breast cancer, congestive heart failure, COPD, liver cancer, ovarian cancer, pancreatic cancer, renal cancer, stomach cancer, esophageal cancer, gallbladder cancer, trachea and bronchial lung cancer, and non-small cell end-stage metastasis lung cancer. 所以事实上，安宁照护并不是放弃病人，也不是就会走得比较早，这是大家很多人的误解。So hospice patients is not going to die sooner because of non-aggressive treatments. A lot of them actually live longer. Hospice is actually paid by Medicare Part A. Earlier, before we talk about Medicare Part A and Medicare Part B, it's actually Part A that pays for pay for hospice. So even if the patient does not have Medicare Part B, don't worry, hospice still paid for. Medi-Cal pays for hospice benefits as well. Most of the health insurance, if the patient does not have Medicare, pays for hospice benefit, but the coverage may vary. 安宁照护是由联邦政府支付的一项医疗福利，是由Medicare 起因保险的 Part A 的部分来支付。如果你没有 B 的部分，不要紧 ，A 的部分就会付100%的费用，病人不需要自己再自掏腰包。那还有白卡，就是 Medi-Cal 也会付100%的费用。大部分的insurance 如果没有起因保险跟白卡的话，那大部分 insurance 也有那个 hospice coverage， 但是它的涵盖的就是项目就不一定这样子。那 hospice 是什么呢 ？What is hospice? Hospice I just mentioned paid by Medicare Part A and then and also as well as Medi-Cal. What is hospice? It's somewhere and being managed all together. No, hospice actually is a visit, in-home visit. We send nurses, doctors, um, nurses aid, social workers, and chaplains to patients' home. 安宁照护并不是一个机构，安宁照护我们是一种到府服务，我们会送医师、护理人员、护佐、社工人员跟神职人员到府服务。那不管病人是住在家里，还是住在 nursing home， 还是住在 assisted living， 都会过去看病人。No matter patient living home, nursing home, assisted living, or boarding care, we send our staff over there. 安宁照顾还包括哪些服务项目呢？刚刚说的 Medicare Part D， 那是 Medicare， 你需要引入一个 Medicare Part D， 让 Medicare 付给付药物，对不对？你如果没有 Medicare Part D， 但是病人是在 Hospice 上面 ，Hospice 会给付跟疾病症状缓解、跟疾病缓解跟症状缓解有关的药物，这跟 Medicare Part D 是两回事情。那所以还有跟就是能够照顾病人需要用到的医疗器材，像病床啦、抽吸器、抽痰器，轮椅，然后就是那些放在病床上面放东西、放早餐的那些小 table 啦，那些东西安宁照顾都会给付。所以这个是给重症末期的病患想要待在家里，不想要去 nursing home， 也是一个很好的服务。Hospice also pay for medication that doesn't cover if you do not have Medicare Part D, then Medicare normally do not cover any medication, but hospice will cover disease-related and symptom-related medications, as well as durable medical equipment such as the hospital bed, wheelchair, bedside table, suction machine, oxygen. Those are the things that people, when towards the end stage of the disease, very important things to have in order to keep patient at home. It's a very good benefit. 目前不仅是大家对安宁照护不是很了解，连医院的医生护士都不是很了解这个安宁照护，所以我其他的工作呢，就是到医院里面去教这些医师和护士怎么样来认识这个安宁照护，怎么样能够在比较早的时间，就是告诉病人和病人家属他们的所爱的人事实上已经符合安宁照护的资格。Actually, right now, not only everybody, people in the public, but also the doctors and nurses in the hospital doesn't understand hospice care. Most of the time when we get patients that it's too late. They already have only hours to days to live. Hospice benefit pays for patients to stay 6 months or less. That's the definition for hospice. But most of the time when we got patients, it's only hours to days. 美国政府、联邦政府现在给付就是需要2个医师认证以后，认为这个病人大概剩下6个月左右，6个月以下的生命了，这时候就可以转诊安宁照护。但是通常我们接受到病人的时候都太晚了，都只剩下几个小时或几天了。有很多事情安宁照护可以做的，但是如果只剩几个小时或几天的话，通常是在做重症的管理，就是说症状管理跟疼痛处理。没有太多时间再来做其他很有意义的事情。所以希望我很感谢谢先生借由这个机会，然后能够让我来跟大家讲安宁照护。你们如果认识有其他的教会、其他机构愿意接受、愿意让我来宣导安宁照护的，请跟我联络，我非常愿意跟大家讲关于